Hey there, Jenn, Dize here for Status Coup, back with another Joy-Ann Reid story. If you've been following the saga of Joy Reid, you'll know that she's had a number of slip-ups over the years. And slip-ups is a really generous term for what she's done. She was found to have had homophobic blog posts up from years ago, and she tried to deny this by saying hackers must have done it. She's been anti-Semitic towards Bernie Sanders, and just yesterday she said some incredibly Islamophobic things right on her show, the ReidOut on MSNBC. And unsurprisingly, others in the media have not picked this up at all. So let's take a listen to what she said, and I think you'll be just as horrified as I was.
The video of them scuffling, shooting paintballs at people, getting in the mix with people, is that patriotic activity?
I don't think the president's seen that video, nor have I.
You know, when leaders, let's say in the Muslim world, talk a lot of violent talk and encourage their supporters to be willing to commit violence, including on their own bodies, in order to win against whoever they decide is the enemy. We in the U.S. media describe that as they are radicalizing those people, particularly when they're radicalizing young people. That's how we talk about the way Muslims act. When you see what Donald Trump is doing, is that any different from what we describe as radicalizing people?
I don't believe so. And in fact, at the
Wow. How on earth can Joy Reid justify what she just said? She needs to apologize for this. She is painting Muslims as if they are equivalent to terrorists or equivalent to bad people. She's speaking in blanket terms of calling Muslims bad people. This is horrifying. Let's take another listen.
RNC, we had Mike Pence talk about
The video of them scuffling, shooting paintballs at people, getting in the mix with people, is that patriotic activity?
I don't think the president's seen that video, nor have I.
You know, when leaders, let's say in the Muslim world, talk a lot of violent talk and encourage their...
When leaders in the Muslim world talk a lot of violent talk, she is being so Islamophobic here, again, painting all Muslims as violent people, painting all leaders as violent people.
supporters to be willing to commit violence, including on their own bodies, in order to win against whoever they decide is the enemy. We in the U.S. media describe that as they are radicalizing those people, particularly when they're radicalizing young people. That's how we talk about the way Muslims act.
She said, that's how we talk about the way Muslims act, painting with an incredibly broad brush here and trying to portray all Muslims as being terrorists. This is, you know, if Tucker Carlson was saying these things, the media would be up in arms. This would be all they were talking about. But because it's Joy-Ann Reid, no one is saying anything. How can she get away with being this Islamophobic? And she said it twice. She didn't mess up, and instead of saying terrorists, she said Muslims, which by itself, even saying it once would be horrible. She said it 2 different times, 2 different ways, and seemingly has no issue with it, and no one on the panel spoke up either. I mentioned at the top that she's had previous, so should we call them issues, with stepping on her words, shall we say, of misspeaking, shall we say. But I think it goes deeper than that, because she's showing a tendency to portray others as being wrong or bad, whether it's being homophobic or anti-Semitic. She has this pattern. And again, no one is talking about it. So let's go back and look at what she did to Bernie Sanders this campaign cycle. This is out of Common Dreams. This is why no one trusts the media. MSNBC slammed for featuring body language expert who calls Sanders a liar. So think about the anti-Semitic tropes here as we go through this video.
dust up between the two of them, is that scandals hurt you more when they seem plausible, right? I mean, Bernie Sanders does have a sort of physicality, you know, when he talks. There's a shaking your finger at Hillary Clinton, shaking your finger, shovey, weirdy. You know, his physicality makes me think, yeah, he could have said, you know, listen, I think in this environment a woman can't win. That doesn't seem like a crazy
Well, first of
thing
all,
for him to say.
I think Bernie's lying. We see him, he slouches forward anyway, Joy, but here he turtles. If you look at his eye level where he normally answers questions, when he makes the denial, his whole shoulders come up like a little kid getting caught. His eye level is below his shoulders. This is trying to hide in plain sight. And many of us, we don't know what to look for. So if you look for this right out of the gate, and the strongest denial is simply saying no. And I think women in particular, we want to believe human beings. So we're like, yeah, I would say that. He literally said, well, as a matter of fact, I didn't say it. That's 9 words. Unnecessary. No. Did you vote for Donald Trump in the last election?
Absolutely no.
Right? So no. Did you dress up as an Easter bunny on Easter?
Absolutely no.
Right? So it's no. We say no. Absolutely is actually not the strongest denial. You're playing with me here in the game, but at least you're getting the no in here. We're not hearing the no with Bernie. Also with Bernie, he has numerous hotspots. He says, well. Liars like to start with, well. He looks away. He laughs. I think he might have been coached to laugh in this moment. A lot of politicians are coached to laugh in the difficult times, so we're focused on the laughter, and it's supposed to send a message that this isn't serious. It is serious. If he said it, which I believe that he did, he would have been better to just own it. You know, Barack Obama wrote a book.
So in this segment, this woman, this body language expert, or so-called body language expert, is trying to paint Bernie Sanders as being an untrustworthy Jew. This is incredibly anti-Semitic, and rightfully Joy Reid caught a lot of heat for it. And in fact, Bree, let's scroll down here. At the time, Bernie Sanders' National Press Secretary Brianna Joy Gray denounced the segment and said the campaign is owed an apology by the network. What are they going to do next? Phrenology? Gray said. This is why no one trusts the media. And I think it goes beyond that. You know, they have this segment by this body language expert, which has nothing to do with anything. You know, I think there is a place for body language experts, but the place is not on a campaign. The place is not to smear on a supposed news network a candidate. It was anti-Semitic in the way that it was portrayed, and even though Joyanne Reid is not the body language expert, she played right along, and this was extremely coordinated and purposeful. And again, there is a pattern here. This hasn't just happened one time, and it hasn't just happened with one group. Let's take a look at her homophobic smears. This article was written back in 2018 by Vox. The Joy Reid controversy, from homophobic blog posts to a hacking claim, explained. MSNBC host Joy Reid was accused of writing homophobic blog posts. Reid at first said she was hacked, then apologized. So, Joyanne Reid on Saturday, again in 2018, apologized for her past hurtful remarks about LGBTQ people, following the resurfacing of homophobic blog posts from mid to late 2000s. But she also said that she doesn't believe that she wrote the blog posts, suggesting, without evidence, that they were the results of an elaborate hack. I'm not going to sit here and read the entire article to you. I'll put the link in the description. But this is to show you that Joy Reid has this habit of trying to come across as this liberal person who's delivering the news and doing her job and who cares about people. But hidden underneath that is anti-Semitism, is Islamophobia, is homophobia. And she can deny all she wants, and she can say she's changed all she wants, and she can point the fingers to others all she wants, but this is a pattern, and she needs to be held accountable. I hope that more people in the media start talking about what Joyanne Reid said just yesterday in her very Islamophobic remarks. If you haven't yet, Please subscribe to this channel, smash the like button on this video. We're trying to get to 100,000 subscribers, and stay tuned as we analyze the media, take you into the 2020 election, and report in the field. All right, until next time, bye-bye.